Welcome to the Divine Feminine Chat. How you guys doing? I'm right on time. Don't y'all like how I'm right on time? I just have to start this off with the fact that I put out Divine Feminine readings for each individual sign. How you guys doing? Who's this? How you doing? Loving life? Hello to all. Thank you so much for coming. I just want to let you guys know, yes, I put out a reading for all signs, except for 3. I have 3 more to go, but they'll be done by this weekend. So just letting you guys know, Divine Feminine readings are out for each sign. They are not time sensitive, so just know this, okay? Great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I just have to start this whole reading off with the fact that I had a dream last night about the lava coming up. Now, when I get messages, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a fan. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys thumbs up and subscribe and all that good stuff too. But I just got to get to the dream. Okay, so when I have dreams, and basically everything that happens with me, really, it lets me know what's about to go on with the Divine Feminine. Last night, I had a lava earthquake-like dream. Now, mind you, I had a tsunami dream like maybe a couple weeks ago or maybe a week ago. I've been having all these dreams of like natural disasters. Now, what that means is it's not going to be an earthquake or nothing like that. So I'm just letting you know, it's not that. But like even when I woke up, I was like, okay, Pele Pele. Pele is the goddess of volcanoes, the goddess of the lava and all of that, the awakening of the divine feminine. It was the water. Water is of the emotions, seeing lava of literally lakes and it was rivers of water, and it was like this movement like you're trying to save yourself. Like I had a child that I was trying to protect in the process, and it was like I was trying to move, like I had to follow my instincts. One minute I'm about to go down the wrong path, and then I have to turn back around. I'm like, no, we shouldn't stay here because this is about to go down too. Hop over here, let's do this. I mean, literally, it was scary kind of when I woke up because I was just like, like looking around like, hold up, what? I was like, hold up, wait a minute, what is going on? So this is just letting me know the passion, the excitement, the fire, the tenacity, all of that is coming up in the divine feminine. Now we're going to see what comes out in the messages from the decks and from the cards and all of that. And then of course from my channeling and the intuition as well. But I had to, guys, start that off because that's mainly why I'm here today. Because I want to see how this pertains. Now, granted, I did a reading on myself in regards to the dream because I was like, okay, what's going on? And crisis came out, emotions came out, boundaries came out. It was 2 more that came out. I know it ended off with growth. So that's just letting me know, although it may be challenging, it's still going to be some major growth for the divine feminine. So I'm going to start off with just getting the spiritual message as it pertains to the divine feminine. Thank you, Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, and guides. Thank you for your messages for the divine feminine. What messages are they needing for right now? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you. What about their spiritual journey? Something's trying to come out. Quite a few things are trying to come out, but let's see what pops out like crazy. But who's in the house? Thank you guys so much for coming live. Hey, is that, who do I see? Marsha, how you doing? Tara, how you guys doing? Look at this, right? Now look at this, right? What comes out? I am the creator. Okay, so we know this is divine feminine energy, the creator, right? So I am the creator. I am creator. Then we also have the inner child. Boom. I told you my dreams. I'm just saying. So we have the inner child here. Now, and then we have health here as well. So again, this lets me know, like I've come back to you guys plenty of times, like, when it comes to like even my oracle deck, the I Am God oracle deck, it's about the divine feminine being the creator, the power of the divine feminine having this level of power, but not walking in it and recognizing that you're a portal to bring forth creation, right? You're a portal to bring forth creation, right? Through your body and through the portal that opens up to allow souls to birth through to this earth, right? So this is coming up deep. Now, I know there's a major divine feminine matriarchy rise or rise back, because don't get it twisted. It is about the matriarchy been in power. The patriarchy took over and like demolished the matriarchy through like this through this deception, through a whole bunch of different means, you know, through belief systems, through conditioning, through all these different things, to where now, and I still have connection to my high priestess, to my ancestors, to all of this connection, this divine feminine connection. That's why I'm so deep when it comes to the divine feminine and how you should be treated with the major respect, you know, much respect. So, and I also don't feel the need to really demean the masculine, because when you are powerful, there's no need really, right? That's kind of like this ant that's kind of on your shoe, like they're creating issues. But if you recognize your power and you're in it and you walking in it, you don't need to, you know. I saw a message, somebody on YouTube that I follow, which I like, and she's a reader, and she put a message up in regards to the crow and the eagle, talking about how when the eagle is soaring, the only bird that is bold enough to try to mess with the eagle is the crow. And then they try to chip at him. But instead of the eagle trying to fight the crow, they're like, you're not even on my level. The eagle just rises to a higher level, to where the crow no longer can breathe, no longer has enough oxygen, and they have to then bow down. So that's what I'm saying. So it's no need to really do that. What I'm here to do is really to uplift you to the point where you recognize your power, walk in your power. It's not like you got to get it back. You know I used to say, well, you got to get your power back, reclaim your power. And I get messages like that as well. But it's only because mentally you feel like you've given it away, or subconsciously you feel like you're giving it away. So now you have to obtain it back. But it's not like somebody got to give you permission to get it back. You feel me? So I hope that makes sense, y'all. So let's go ahead and take this to the next level. So on the spiritual journey, this is recognizing where you are, right? I have been connecting with what we got going on here? You said, I've been connecting with my ancestors in ways I don't know. Right. You didn't know what's possible. See, once you open up and you recognize this, it's like all you have to do is give permission. All you have to do is say, okay. All you have to do is be like, okay, I'm not scared anymore. Come on in. Like, you know, mad respect. Thank you. Like, you know, once you get past the fear, it's not so bad. And it's also, and that's where I want to go to. Lots and lots of messages. Oh, good. Awesome. That's wonderful. Once you bypass that level of fear, they can kind of flood in because they know you're not scared. But, you know, when I've done awakening seminars and things of that nature, one of the things, and I was there myself as well, to the point where I was like, you know, when I was like a teenager, when I was in college, things of that. Yeah, lots of dreams too. Good. Yeah. And so when I was in college, I used to say, I wish I didn't know as much as I knew, because it was easier to dumb it down, play dumb, to try to stay normal than it was to be another level, right? Because then you're afraid, you have this level of fear. But that is conditioning, this fear within us to not really embody our full power, to not really stand and recognize the love, our power in our love, the power in our anger, the power in our disgust, the power in our, all these things in our voice. All of these things have been piecemeal, like taken down, like dumbed down to like a little bit like, oh, it's not that important. It's not that important that you have this knowledge, understanding. It's not this important that you follow your discernment, your intuition. It's not that important, because that's something that we have innately. I mean, first of all, I believe everybody has the capability to be a reader, psychic, whatever, you know, Intuit, what have you. It's really about your belief system. It's really about your level of confidence within oneself. So I really believe everybody has this, and especially the divine feminine, right? So this is the divine feminine power. You have this ridiculous amount of power because you have this ridiculous amount of energy, because you are a portal. You're literally a portal. And so with this understanding, they want to, you know, people want to dumb it down and on so many levels. So that's why I've always really been into natural birthing. It's like everything a part of my life: natural birthing, natural healing, upliftment of women, empowerment of women, following the intuition, following your discernment. All of these things are so powerful. You know, I'm trying to read the message. I'm sorry it went away. But let me go ahead and see. Ooh, okay, they're trying to come out quick, right? They're not even playing with a system. Okay, so I love this. Now, what I do want to look further into, I received the illness and wellness message. So this is like about improvement, taking you to the next level. I received Mother Isis Okay, so what I'm saying is so on point. I hope you guys can see this. I'm sorry if the light is too bright. But this is Mother Isis. Look at that. I want you to see that. Okay, so we have Mother Isis here, mothering, and then we have Goddess Villa here, shape-shifting. This is you. This is like your capability. And we play so small trying to stay in this minimized perspective, this minimal view, this minimal, trying to stay minimized for fear of, and I've been there too, been there, done that. Probably still got a little bit, but it's being knocked the F out. I'm telling you now. But trying to minimize yourself to the point where it's acceptable, to where you're not intimidating. How many of you have, been told something about yourself and you're like, well, I didn't think that was bad, or like for instance with me, someone, people used to always say like, you think you all that, or guys may say, wow, but you're just so much, it's like you're intimidating. And I'm just like, wow, little old me, seriously. I remember I had a guy look at me and he, I was looking at him like, I was just trying to fill him out, and I'm just looking now. This is before I even fully embraced my intuition, embraced my spiritual side, right? So I'm just looking and I'm like, how you looking at people and you just like, you're just trying to figure them out, and you just like watching them, you observing silently. Oh, okay, she's very interested. Good. What was this other message? Hold up, that I missed here. Who is that from? Let me see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to talk to you guys while I'm here. Oops, sorry. I hope I didn't delete somebody's message, Lord. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I might have deleted somebody. I hope I didn't delete somebody. But anyway, you said I have another answer power. Okay, and come sort of block and can't remember the divine self. Yeah, people do block that. They can block it on purpose. So what was I about to say? So I'm looking, right? I'm looking at them like, and I'm looking deep, right? And again, this is before I knew about my capabilities. But as a divine feminine, I'm looking at this masculine like, let me see what you really got to work with, and I'm just staring at, and they literally said to me verbatim, stop looking at me like that, because it's like you're looking through me, like you're looking so deeply into me. And so I stopped, because I was like, I think I am. Like, I was like, let me stop real quick. But I had already figured it out. I had already knew what I was dealing with. But it was like, just in that one moment, it's like, I can see through you. I can see who you are. This is the power of the divine feminine. Even with that full moon we just had in Cancer, and we're at the sun in Sagittarius, all of that's going on is talking about, oh my gosh, the emotional abundance, the psychic emotional abundance. They talk about Cancers. I'm a Cancer sun. Talk about Cancers being so emotional, but yet that's more than emotion. That is prophetic. That is, psychic. That is whatever you want to call it. I hate to just say psychic, but intuitive, this discerning. It's all these things where you can look through, where it's not just emotions. It's not like they're just emotional, or many times, especially if you're empathic, you're not just emotional. You're recognizing someone else's energy. You're seeing that. You may be picking up on it. You may be crying one day. You're just like, what's going on? Like, I know when this whole thing went down with COVID, she wants to learn how to tarot read. Oh, good. I love to bring my princesses in now. I love to have my goddesses rise up. Let me know if she need a trainer. I got you. Because I do teach people in regards to that as well. FYI, let me just go ahead and throw this in. I am also doing a Divine Feminine readings next week with another Divine Feminine. So you can get double readings from two Divine Feminines, not only with readings, but other gifts, all of our gifts combined within 30 minutes. So you're getting a double whammy. And it's only $33. Like I told you, in the month of December, I am offering all kinds of discounts on readings. As you guys know, my readings start off around $80, and then they go up from there. So just know that overall, what I'm trying to do is get as many readings, get as much of me out to you guys, to touch you guys as much as possible. These are Zoom readings, so you're going to have the videos. You'll be able to see the cards. You'll be able to see all of that. But you can get a double whammy for just $30. I think it's 33. So just email if you want that. I'm just letting you know. But anyhow, I'm excited. It's so amazing. The two of us working together is amazing. So anyhow. All right, so I got to tell you guys, right? Okay, you said I've been working with the cards for some years, but have recently been diving deeper. I would love to. Absolutely. I would love to assist you guys. You heard definitely signing up for that. Oh yeah, come on, bring it on. I'm just saying. So yes, guys. So I just have to tell you. So where was I? Gosh, I forget where I was. What y'all remember where I was? I was about to say something, but I'm sorry, I forgot. Do you guys know where I was before I started reading messages? Anyway. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead further into this message. You guys remember, I'll get back to that point, but I apologize. I lost it for a second. I know it's messages. Okay, let me go. If you guys remember, 2 readers, yes, 2 readers, divine feminine, but it was something before that. I'm sorry, guys. It was something before I put that plug in there to let you guys know about that. I'm sorry. I'm just shameless with it, right? I'm sorry. I forgot what I was talking about before that, but hopefully it'll come back up. But let me just go ahead and get started, because this message here already speaks to, yeah, looking through someone. I know, right? But it's more than that. You said deeper into the soul. Anyway, but I mean, just to go there, this is where your power lies. It's been dumbed down for way too long. So if you can recognize this and just remember, a lot of the things that we've been conditioned to believe was to basically raise us to be powerless. Honestly, I mean, think about the system that we're in, the school system, all of that. I mean, yes, education is great. Granted, I got my kids in college, all kinds of stuff. It is great, but it also teaches them, in many cases, most schooling systems. Like, I know I thought about at one point to put my child in a Montessori school so they could have been a little more free. You know, exactly, controlling. They want to suppress it, exactly, so they could be a little more free. But most of the schools are designed to teach you to be a certain way. I remember even when I was in college, I was like, look, like, this is all teaching me to work for someone. Like, I don't want to work for someone, you know. I want to go beyond that. So all of that to say, the teaching, the conditioning, the TV, all of these things are teaching you and conditioning you to be a certain way. Don't get me into Disney. Hello? Don't get me into Cinderella and Snow Whites and it's all about trying to minimize you. So all you are looking for is to please another person, or, you know, and I've been married twice. I'm just saying, been there, done that. So got any questions, ask me. I got you. And even when I was married in both of my marriages, you know, when it came to trying to get guidance from religious sectors or from my church or what have you, a lot of it spoke to, well, you have to do this, or you need to dress like this, or you need to act like this, or you need to change your voice to do this, and you need to be more accepting. You. And I was just like, something ain't right about this situation. Now, if you guys don't know me by now, when it comes to like fear, don't come at me with fear. If you're trying to like control me via fear, I'm gonna sniff that out in a heartbeat. You know, like I don't do that. Like, soon as you start playing with fear, oh, that's what I was about to say. I remember now. So when it came to the COVID, if you're empathic in all of that, when it came to COVID, I'm telling you, like, I didn't even want to come out, like, because of the fear. Like, I wasn't scared of getting COVID. I didn't want to be around people who were so fearful. Like, that's why I disappeared for like a month, and then Spirit kept telling me I needed to come live with you guys. And then from there, I went live with you every week until like it kind of broke a bit around summertime. So if you can go back and watch those. But the reason for that was because I needed to bring hope. I cannot be amongst fear-based people, any of that fear stuff. I just don't do well in it. It depresses me, all of that. Like, I will fight through it. Like, I will deny some shit just so I'm not fearful. You know, I'll be like, I don't know. You know, I will make you look like the perfect person in the moon just because I don't want to see all your faults, because, you know, I'm that kind of person. So it's like, really, I couldn't deal with it. So because I'm so empathic, and some of you as well, if you're empathic to that, exactly, it was draining, ridiculously draining, like to where I barely wanted to get out of the bed. And I knew it wasn't me. It's not like I'm depressed, you know, but I knew I was feeling this energy from everywhere else. So I'm telling you, I was avoiding going live, guys. I was so avoiding going live. And so when I finally went live, like literally, I was in tears. I was trying to avoid it, guys. You can go back and watch it. You know, I feel like I even put it on my Instagram. It was like 4 different readings or something like that I did. No, it was like a full reading, and I broke it up into 4 pieces on Instagram. But it's like the emotions came up because it was too overwhelming. It's like I just can't live in that, you know. So all that to say, if you're not aware of your empathic nature, your understanding, your divine feminine power, and all of that, then it's easy for you to get sucked into doing some dumb ish. You know what I'm saying? Or feel like you're down or depressed and it's not you. Many times it's not you, you know. And so if you don't recognize your power, if you don't recognize what your gifts are, then in many cases, you're not going to really transition all too well. Now, if you understand, you know what? I'm getting to this point, like even when it came to my mediumship abilities, when I had that dream and I saw dead people, you know, in my dream, I was like, all right, it's coming. Next, let's do it, you know. And then I continued to move. But before then, it was like whenever I had a spirit or a divine, you know, message from someone's family member or what have you coming through, I would hold it back. And it would not come out until it was darn near forced out of me. And by then I was so emotional, it was pouring out of me. So, you know, so I had to make sure like, okay, I got this. Now let's do this. So all of that to say, when you know it's coming, really is not really fearful. So I would really like to just kind of debunk the myth of the fear that's behind it, because especially if you grew up in like a Christian or a religious type environment, whatever that environment, whether Christian, probably Muslim as well, all of that, different, you know, Catholic, what have you, you know, even when I did my mediumship training, I was working with a Catholic nun and another guy who was doing mediumship, and many of them and none of them in that room, and it was over 50 something people there, none of them looked like me. So I know there's a level of fear within my own community that just runs deep. And the power is really in my own community. Isn't that some crazy-ish? Because I had a dream, like I want to say maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, where it spoke to my ancestors were moving. It was like energy and spirits and all of that in my dream. And they specifically said it's a shame that we don't appreciate our gift as much as other cultures appreciate our gift. Our gifts. Deep? I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. I'm putting it out there. So, divine feminines, let's do this. You know, our gifts, guys. Our gifts. Like, who do you see majority of the time in religious sectors as the head? I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just saying our gifts. Yes, it's meant to heal others. Absolutely. So let me go further into this message. Okay, so we have wellness and health here. We have this transition. We have this mothering. So this again is just pretty much the same message of being creator, shifting, changing, the divine feminine changing. Now I'm gonna just take it to another level. So let me just see here for I am the creator, shape shifting, all that good stuff. What do we have here? Thank you, Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, and guides. What message do you have for divine feminine? Okay. Wow. I love this. Wow. Look at this, guys. Your path and your strength. Okay. As the creator, as the change, like creation and change, that's you. Like the horse here is indicative of action, forward movement. Actions, horses are free. Look at the wolf there. You know, the wolf, you have the horse, you have the wolf. You are free, right? That's freedom. How many of you feel free? I'm just saying. Okay. They don't want you to feel free. You see what I'm saying? Agents of change. Absolutely. Absolutely. Same thing with this strength. They don't want you to be strong, right? So it's this level of lack of strength, lack of knowing your path. I want to go deeper into that path. Clarify this path. What deck? What deck? I feel like, Let's see what's going on here with this temple path. Clarify this temple path. This temple path. So this is about your path, your strength, shifting, choosing. But we also have the Ace of Swords here in reverse. So we have 2 of Swords and Ace of Swords, 1, 2. Both of these in reverse. I want to find out why. Okay, so many times you're afraid to choose truth. Let me go further into this. You're afraid to choose truth because of, and I'm looking at this message here, people, how they look at you, how they perceive you. Like, dude is looking like, like, you know, afraid of that look, afraid of how people will perceive you if you walk in truth, right? You know, people may want to argue with you. We have the Five of Swords, we have the Fool, the Five of Swords, the Knight of Wands, you know, feeling that you may be made a fool of. But this is the path you're supposed to take, guys. People may argue with you, you know. You may feel like there is no power in following that as well. So again, this is about, not only debunking the myth, but this is about not just believing in yourself. This is something so much deeper. This is a core belief. This is a core belief, guys. Like, this is so deep. It's like they rather have you distracted by competition, feeling like you got to compete for somebody's affection. They'd rather have you distracted by feeling like you're not loved and all these things. Like, this has been like systematically created to make you feel less than divine feminine. So, I mean, like I said, overall, like, all I can say is things are changing, but I need you to know how deep this goes, how important it was for others to make you feel low. How important that was to them, to empower them. It required, and if you require someone else to stoop down so you can feel better than, or so you can rise up or what have you, I never got down with that. You know, I was never okay with that. And I see that in the relationships here. But if you know, I love this. But if you know your love, we got Ace of Cups, we have Nine of Cups. If you know your love and your cup runneth over, you feel me? Yes, they feed on your energy, absolutely. So you got to recognize that they're feeding on your energy. So when you have this cup of love here, you have the Nine of Cups here, wishes coming true. When you know your love, when you know your self-love, this is Page of Cups. This is just basic communication about basic love. When you walk in your love, when you know love is your energy, I mean, that's valuable. You know, I talked to you guys before about your currency. That's a part of the divine feminine currency. You know, your love, your value, your time, your presence. That's a part of your currency. And it's more valuable than $1. I'm just saying. So let me go ahead and take this an extra step further. Let's go ahead and look into the health of the divine feminine. Now, the message that's coming in for me regarding that is your health is being affected by the way you allow people to treat you. About sitting back and allowing mistreatment, what have you. That's deep. I just need you guys to know that. No one can take your value when you gave self-love. When you give, I think he was trying to say, maybe he was trying to say when you give self-love, nobody can take your value. Yes, my ex-husband tried to lie to me about who I am to make me feel at fault, to validate his actions. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, honey. Oh, yes. Understood. To ease his guilt. So true. So true, guys. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just the conditioning of the world, but the divine masculine is something else entirely. Like, I probably need to go live with you about that as well, because I was going to go live with you strictly about currency. It was a couple things I wanted to specifically talk to you guys about. But when it comes to your divine masculine, your counterpart, your mates, things of that nature, there's a level of ego. Let me just put it out there. Let me just put it out there. There's a level of ego that you really, I think we all need to recognize. There's a level of ego. There's a level of arrogance. There's a level of arrogance that you're having to fight through. Entitlement. Ooh, spirit is going in right now. Hold up, wait a minute. There's a level of entitlement that comes with the divine masculine because of the conditioning of the world. All of these things in many cultures. This is not just in American culture, and I'm just saying most all cultures, there's this level of arrogance just because. Hello, Phyllis, how you doing? There's a level of arrogance, guys, that I need for you to understand, okay? And that arrogance, once you see it, let me tell you what else happened in my dream. Once you see it, let me tell you what happened in my dream. So there was a masculine that came before me. We were like in a pool. Like now, of course, we came out of the, I passed and I made it through the chamber to, to avoid the lava, right? And then I ended up in like this pool with a divine masculine that was kind of trying to come at me. Like for some reason, it was like he was poking like right here. Like right here, guys. He was poking like right here. And he just kept poking. It's like he was poking something, right? And so when he kept poking that area, for some reason, it's like I came behind him. Like literally, I was in front of him, but it was like my spirit came behind him and made him into a little boy. I was like, damn. You said, who do you think I am? I mean, it was so powerful, guys. I'm just so serious. And that's because, like, you know, and in the dream, I was like, dang, like I could do that. But what I need you guys to know is, yes, you can do that. Like, it doesn't, I don't need to fight you. This doesn't have to be a physical thing. This doesn't have to be physical. This doesn't even have to be nasty. This doesn't have to be an argument. None of these things. Spiritually, you are like so beyond it. You said the ovarian area. Yep. Attack on the feminine power to the birth. Yeah, because they already feel some level of lack because they're not the feminine, right? You know, you see what I'm saying? It's already a level there of feeling lack because of that. So, yes, they're trying to belittle you. Yes, they're going to argue with you and try to use their tone of voice to try to overtake you. That's what they're going to do. But let me make something majorly daggone clear. You have the same voice. And sometimes it does require you to assert yourself, assert your power, walk in that self-empowerment. Sometimes it requires you to assert yourself, because let me tell you one thing. And what I learned out of my last 2 marriages, I was like, you know what? Nobody taking me down. I mean, literally, I would have heart palpitations. Like, it's like they wanted to put this level of fear in you. And had I not gone through it, I wouldn't even be able to tell you guys this today. So I just need you to know this ain't even about what I think is going down. Been there, done that, got a t-shirt in it, been training on it for years. And what I'm telling you is your health is at risk if you do not fight for what you need to fight for. If that means allowing people not to be in your presence, because again, your presence is valuable. You know, not allowing them in your presence. You might have to pivot. That's all I'm saying. Pivot, do something different. But do not allow nobody to tear you down mentally, physically, you know, verbally, emotionally, all these things. Somebody may not put their hand on you, but they'll have your going to the hospital because you can't handle the fear, or you're afraid to be around them because every time they come around you, they want to, you know, belittle you or what have you. So by the time it's time for you to pick up your children, you're like, I don't even want to go there anymore because I know I'm gonna have to deal with the drama. It will affect you. Yeah, you have to speak up. So all I'm trying to say is, yes, learning through lessons. So these are our lessons. The divine feminine is shifting from this powerless stance to this great, big, powerful, divine feminine portal of a being. You've been this, but they don't want you to know this, right? So all of that to say, I just need you to know that your health could be at risk if you allow yourself to continuously be a doormat. you know, like I said, I've gone through it to where I've had heart palpitations. I was like, what the fuck, I got heart palpitations? Like, my heart is fine. I'm okay. I think I told you guys before one time, another time when I was going through another divorce, I went to the neurologist, the brain doctor, you know, and I was like, something's wrong with my brain. I can't, you know, I'm not as smart at my job. I don't remember things all too well. It's like all of the things that I needed in order to live the life I wanted to live, to finish my job, to have a normal life, to do what I needed to do, to work or whatever, was diminished because it was like, what's happening with my brain? What's happening with, but it's because of the emotional impact you're going through. And the emotional impact was not the fact that, I mean, because and they asked me, they said, you know, well, why? They was like, well, you're physically okay. They had me do all these exercises, you know, touch your nose, touch your arm and your leg or whatever. And then after that, they were like, okay, well, you're fine physically. And it was deep when they said this. What's up with you emotionally? You feel me? So all of that to say, if you are emotionally drained, emotionally battered, emotionally ... then there's a problem. It's going to affect your health. And Spirit is making this clear to you because you need to know how important your temple, your body is. Not only is it a treasure, a temple, but it is to be treasured. And no one should be, you know, I'm just saying. I'm going to take it there. All right, y'all. Whew, Lord, that message had to come out. Next, let's move on. So we have the inner child here. We even have Mother Isis here. So let's go ahead and see where this next message takes us. So we have, thank you, Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, and guides. You said, yes, it had made me sick. My steps into my power scared them. Oh, yeah. Oh, honey, that's a whole nother conversation. What we receive is the man holding a heart in reverse here. This is like tension with the divine masculine. Yes. When you do start asserting yourself, walking in your power, they're not going to like it. There's a change there that they're not going to be okay with. And you just need to know that's coming. I'm glad it helped you. Yes. The more I grew, the more he seemed to despise. Oh, honey, yes. Because again, it's this level of arrogance. It's not just a change. First of all, nobody likes change. Let me put that out there. Nobody really likes change. If people can remain consistent, unless they change for themselves. Like if you just say, you know what, I'm bored, I want to do something different. That's different. But somebody else changing your life when you don't want to change and you're comfortable where you are, no, people don't like that, okay? So I'm letting you know this, okay? You know, and so with that in mind, when you make these changes, they're not going to like it. When you're stepping into power, they're not going to like it because that means they have to shift. That means they have to be more accountable for their own emotions. That means that now you're shifting the blame back onto them. It's like they've been shifting the blame onto you, putting all this on you like this is your problem. Religious sectors do it as well. People do it in your family. People do it all around you. This is your problem. The divine feminine has been holding the majority of the weight for the longest. You got to be the best mother. You got to be the best wife. You have to be the best friend. You have to be the best everything to everybody else. But on the other end, do they have to be the best for you? So it's constantly imbalanced. Nah. Rewind. Nope. I feel like I need a take that rewind. He would ridicule you for practicing your spirit. Oh, yes, honey. Yes, they do fear change. Yeah. But a lot of people will ridicule you for your spirituality as well. Anything that's going to empower you. You know, I used to see how men especially acted. Yes, rewind. When single ladies came out, I would literally look at, I mean, they would be pissed. Like when single ladies came out, it was like, if you didn't put a ring on it, oh, how many of you saw how pissed certain masculines or men were about that? They're like, oh no. You know, I remember even when Steve Harvey put out there the whole thing about, you know, women being a gold digger in his book, Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man, or what have you, his book, and he was divulging this information, and I was told I was just too deep. Oh, yeah, they hated that song, honey. They hated that song because it was songs talking about, if you ain't like it, Lemonade too. Yeah, I haven't seen nobody since Lemonade really, but I love Lemonade. I have like in my car, I have like all 6, like I have at least 6. I feel like it should be a couple more that I might not have, but I have 6. I don't have I Am King, Black is King. I don't have that yet, but I have 6 of Beyonce CDs all in my car, and I just boom, boom, boom. I just go from one to the next, be like, okay, CD number 5, Fearless. Then I need to hear a little bit of this. Then I'm going to hit it back to Crazy in Love. Then I'm going to hit it back to Then I'm going to hit it back to, If I Was. Then I'm going to hit Girls. I'm checking them out. But they hated it. They hated it because it's like you're divulging this information, and it's like, how dare you empower these women? She even has a song in there, and I think it's before it goes into like, I Woke Up Like This. I think that was Fearless. I Woke Up Like This. I Woke Up Like This. Flawless. Yes, before you get into Flawless. She has this piece in there where it has a woman with an African accent, and she's speaking to, why do they teach women to aspire to marriage and teach men to aspire to power? Why can't women aspire to power as well? Instead, you want women to be in this place of competition instead of ... You see what I'm saying? Instead of growing to this place of power. Be open. I'm just saying. But I've listened to Black is King. I just haven't gotten it yet. But I did see the movie. So it was just so deep. So all of that to say, recognizing this, it's like, this has been orchestrated. So just know this, okay? I just need you to recognize this, and they will fight it. This is the divine masculine here, where he stands like, this is him giving your heart, but he will take it back. He'll try to manipulate. It's all kinds of things that will happen. But what I want to tell you is to stand your ground. Fight for what you believe. Take whatever actions you need to take. And trust me, if they're worth anything, they will come back. I truly believe in the saying, if you release them and they come back, then it's yours. If you release them and they're gone, they never were yours in the first place. I believe even T.D. Jakes said that, like, don't hold on to somebody who doesn't want you. Like, don't do that. What's for you can't be lost. Exactly. If it's meant for you, it'll come back, and it'll come back right. Come back trying to understand, trying to grow, but it's not going to come back. You don't want it wrong. You let them go grow on their own, because that's another thing. It's easy for you to get into this place where you feel like you can help somebody else ascend to their level, and you can't do that. That's not your responsibility. Let me help you. You can do that all you want. Let me change this. You can do this. I would not suggest it, because now you're in essence taking accountability for someone else's journey, for someone else's growth, for somebody else's lessons. You had to learn it the hard way, and therefore you grew through that. You see what I'm saying? Once you grow through it, now you're power. You standing in that power. Because have you guys ever tried to do something and you figured it out? And you're like, oh my God, I never thought I could do this. That's what you get from that. You feel this level of greatness from aspiring to do something and doing well in it. And then it's like, wow, I did that. Maybe I graduated, or I had that baby, or I, made it through these last 2 years without my mother, or this loss that I went through. I made it. Now, if somebody was walking you through it, granted, people can help you, but the point is, when you make it on the other side, you realize, you know what? Wow, I did that. Now, if you're doing that for someone else, you're enabling their issues. They're not growing from it, and they're still going to be arrogant. Y'all heard me, right? Arrogant. Excuse me, let me say it properly. Arrogant. But I'm going to say arrogant. So they need to learn their own lessons, which means that they need to grow through it. And many times we grow through pain. So if they never went through any pain and you made it all easy for them, trust me, you're going to continue to make it. You're going to be drained. Let me just help you. Drained like a mofo. I'm just saying. But let me go ahead and bring this to an end. I had to come live with you guys because I was feeling good, but I have to give you guys some advice. Let me give you guys some advice as you move forward here. I hope you guys enjoyed the message. I was trying to read as many messages as possible here. So let me just, guys, give you some advice. But if you have any questions, this is a good time to ask. As I see it, I hope to try to see it really quick. Standing If you don't want me, then there's the door. I know that's right. She said, if you don't want me, then honey, there's the door. Okay. You said, yeah, he trying to come back around. Yeah, but let me make it clear to you. Let me tell you this now. So when they do come back around, now you still have to hold your ground. Like it's easy because this is. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. Let me help you out real quick. They're gonna come back around. They're gonna say all the right things to get you right back where you were. If you have not learned your lesson, have not learned from your mistakes, have not seen the cycle you've been in, let me help you. You don't want to go back into it because it's gonna be worse. So what you have to do is continue to stand in your power. You have to continue to stand in you. Like for instance, let me just give me an example real quick of, you know, them coming back, something that they may do to get you back. But let me give you an example. They may come back and say, okay, well, let me start whining and dining them again. Let me get them some nice gifts again. Let me, you know, go ahead and impregnate them again. Okay, so they can calm down, give them something, you know. Let me go ahead and do something really nice for them so I can get them back exactly where they were because I like them. I love the attention they gave me. I loved all that. You see what I'm saying? So they're going to try to get you right back there. But what I'm saying is, I never say don't go back. Everybody has their journey. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Everybody has to walk their own journey. What I will say is if you do go back, make sure you learn from your previous mistakes. Don't do what you did initially that got you where you were. So that means that if they come back wanting to dine you all that and you just fall and melt like, oh my goodness, oh, they love me again temporarily. You see what I'm saying? They'll do it temporarily. Then you start giving them the benefit of the doubt again. You know, they start doing stuff and now they're missing in action again. You know, now they start repeating their same cycle again. And you know it's happening. And you're like, no, it can't be because you want it not to be happening. You know, realize that, yes, it's happening again. Check it immediately. I'm just saying. Be willing to express your love. So some of the advice for you guys, be willing to express your love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love, okay? You said, lost my baby girl in January. She was still born. But someone, but you said it made you grow. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that is a major growth opportunity right there. Unfortunately, you had to go through that, but I'm sorry to see that. I'm sorry to hear that. I've been intimidated by his lawyers in our divorce process. I'm afraid that I will be ran over. Oh, sorry, the comments went away. Okay, I'll be ran over. Is there divine advice for me on how to handle this? Come out. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let me look for you. In regards to the divorce proceedings. Hold on. Let me check real quick. Tara? That's Tara, right? What they're saying is they'll only run over you if you let them. Like, you know, if you give up. Like, you don't have to give up. Like, I feel like this energy of feeling defeated already. So if you're feeling that energy of defeatedness already, like you might be like on a precipice of trying to give up, almost like, you know what, just forget it. Like that might be something that you might be dealing with. And they're like, just don't get to that point where you just let it go. Like it's going to be hard. But they're saying, just don't give up. Like, don't get to the point. And you're going to be at times where you're going to be like, you know what, just F it. I don't even want to deal with it anymore. And then that's when you're defeated. So just take it all the way through. Just don't give up. Okay. Let me see what other messages came through. Yeah, they do whatever they can to kind of get away with it. You said, Tara, they smell fear. Show enough. As much as a different person now, don't take patience to deal with before your behavior. Stand strong, Tara. Yep, good. Okay. Let me give y'all the next message that came out. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus from the problem back to love. Be willing to express love. And then we also have be authentic to who you are. Now, this whole message has stood. Oh, look at this, y'all. I got to show you this. Also, look at your patterns in relationship. Okay. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. That's exactly what we were just talking about. It's okay if you choose to go back into a relationship, but because I'm gonna tell you this. Let me tell you guys this. If you haven't learned your lesson in your relationship, most likely it'll come back around, whether it be with the same person or with a new one. So if you have not learned your lesson, you will go through it again and you will be challenged with it again in order to take it to the next level. You see what I'm saying? In order to take your learning, your lesson, in order to learn your lesson, like, you know, to the next level. So if you haven't learned your lesson, you will go through it again. So you can say, okay, I'm not going to go back to that person. But if your patterns in relationships is to give people the benefit of the doubt up front, like let me tell you guys this. I'm sorry. I do want to read your comments, but let me tell you this. I went off one good time, a few times. I went off a few times, okay? But let me tell you the one time I went slam off, and this is the first time I want to say I went off to masculines and I shook the room. I had no idea I was going to do it, but it happened and it came out because I was furious. It was a guy. Well, first of all, it was like 4 guys. It was like 4 guys, 4 or 5 guys and 4 women. We're all in the room talking about relationships, all this. And one of the guys was saying, yeah, I don't know why she treated me like this because, I'm not the one who did that to her. She should trust me. Why is it she's treating me like this? Because I'm not the one who did that. Her last man did that to her. Why is she holding me accountable or treating me a certain way or not trusting me because, I'm a man of the faith and all this other stuff. And I was looking at him the whole time like, and I said it nice at first. Of course she wouldn't trust you. Why would she trust you? Well, no. And so it was interesting because all the divine feminines in the room was like, no, I understand. Yes, she shouldn't blame you because we were friends too. So it's like we had his back, right? But I'm sitting there like, no, you should not expect that she trusts you off the jump. Like you just met her, you just knew her for like a few weeks or whatever. Like you're trying to like, what? Like I literally was sitting there like, and I just kept listening. And eventually I got to the point where I was like this. I had my legs shaking. I was like, and I'm just trying to sit back, right? I'm like, I don't need to be in this conversation. I'm literally like in the conversation, like, and I think at one point they said something like this, like something crazy to me, like, oh, y'all would have cute kids. And I'm like, are we 12? Like y'all should be together because y'all would have real pretty kids. Y'all would have pretty hair, pretty eyes. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, ish. And so I'm sitting here like, okay. Now, mind you, I've already had this issue like a long time about the whole pretty hair, pretty eye thing. I told one of my boyfriends back when I was in college, he had girls. He had like 3 or 4 girls. And I was like, how are you going to talk about this one's prettier than the other? Because she got, and I was like, you dividing your own girls, like based on your ignorant beliefs. Don't get me started. But anyhow, so I'm sitting here in the chair like, and I'm just trying to keep it in. Eventually, I blew up. I blew up and I was like, what the? She trusts you. I mean, I rattled the whole room. Even my girls stuck back like, oh, shit. They was like, oh, suck it now. She came out now. But I was like, seriously, why the F should she trust you? She just came out of this relationship, this, that, and that. She's trying to heal, blah, blah, blah. Why would she do the same dumb thing and go back and trust you? Give you the benefit of the doubt up front. You haven't earned a darn thing. You haven't earned her trust. What have you done to earn her trust? That's ridiculous. You sound stupid. Like this whole conversation to me is ridiculous. I blew up. I was just like, this is stupid to me. How dare you expect a feminine to trust you off the back? You haven't showed not one there, nothing. You've done nothing. You've done nothing to earn her respect. You've done nothing to show that you are deserving of her time. And you think that you are allowed to be in her presence and for her to trust you? You sound ridiculous. I mean, I was pissed. Okay, let me see these comments. I'm sorry, y'all. Woo! You said I'm a Capricorn. We don't let our guard down. I know that's right, real quick. I mean, and that's reality. But many times we go on dates, we have a good time. Somebody got you laughing, and you're like, okay, that's what's up. I've gotten several messages out of this. Thank you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm sorry. Guys, please make sure you guys thumbs up and share this message if you get a chance. You say, I'll tell my friends all the time, it's different dudes. You're not leveling up because you move on to the new person, same behavior. Absolutely. Right. Would have said the same thing. Yeah. Absolutely. So, don't feel bad for not doing that is all I'm saying. Because people will tell you, well, why didn't you trust me? Like, I'm not that last guy, or I didn't do this to you. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I'm a Scorpio. I wouldn't have had. I know that's like, but I tried to sit back. I really did, y'all, because, I try to be ladylike majority of the time, but I'm getting to the point where, I must say over the last few years, that perception of what ladylike is has changed for me. Like, it's not that I don't feel like I'm ladylike. It's just that I feel like the meaning of it is different. I make up my own stuff. Been a widow for 4 years, and this journey has been huge. I've done the work. Pathetic. Yeah, absolutely. It is hard. You said it wouldn't have taken me that long. I know that's right. You said it wouldn't have took you long that long to share your voice. I know, but no, I just was really trying not to do it because I knew when I spoke, and let me tell y'all, the room shook. Like after that, I felt the energy, like of fear in them, not in me. Like I felt it in the masculines that were in the room. And at that point, I was like, oh, ish. Like I already knew before my voice was powerful, right? I used to say this a long time ago. I was like, I can build you up to make you feel like a king, but I always knew I could do the exact same to make you feel like a child. And so I always tried to curve my voice, my tongue, because I knew the power in it. And so when I do that, in many cases, people take you for granted. People don't appreciate your calmness, don't appreciate your loving, and then they want to try you, and then they see the real thing. And it's not like I've been hiding it. It's just simply that I tell you in advance, don't do it. You don't want to see the other part. Like I'm telling you up front, there's two sides to me. I can give you all the love in the world. I can lift you up. I can build you up. I can make you feel like a king. But let me make it clear. You cross me. I'm telling you, my love will turn into my wrath. My love is my wrath because the love for myself won't allow you to disrespect me in that way. You see what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's when you got to let them know, look, let me help you. This you won't do. So we can start off with, don't do that to me. I don't like it when you do this. When you did that, that hurt me. Eventually, I'm going to get louder, and eventually you're going to see it. You know what I'm saying? LOL, I do the same thing. I give you warnings. I'm telling you. Because I'll tell them ahead of time, like, look, all of this it could be this way or that way. Like, who do you want to see today? I could be this person, or that person. Who do you want? You know? That's how I am too. Yeah. My tongue can be sharp. My mother's the same way. I'm telling you, like she don't play. And I got it honestly. You said work on yourself, you will attract what you want and deserve. Absolutely. That's all you have to do, really. Unless you are sensitive to other people's energy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And thank you guys for helping each other out as well. So if you have any more questions, I think I'm about to get out of here because I'm almost at an hour, but I did want to get you a chakra message. And also, guys, let you guys know we have Divine Feminine gift sets that are on sale now on my website. If you go to my website at www.gracefulhealingretreat.com, we have different sales at 25% off, 40% off, all through up until Christmas. And so therefore, if you want to take advantage of any of those sales for crystals, for sage, for herbs, all kinds of different things, you can enjoy it. Oh yeah, let them know straight up. I'm just saying. Okay, guys, your advice. Compassion, you're so welcome. We also have the throat chakra here. Don't be afraid to, express yourself. We also have here your passions, your treasures. This to me is your body, but if you notice, that's a child there as well. Again, giving you that childlike energy here of your belongings, your assets within you, right? We also have emotional balancing here as your advice. And these two are the green chakra. So we have crystals for green chakra as well. We have the crystals for all the chakras. We actually have chakra teas. I got to let you guys know that. We have chakra teas. So if you need to balance out certain chakras, we have teas for that, crystals for that. And we even have goddess living gift sets for each chakra. So if you need to balance out your red chakra, if you need to balance out your blue chakra, your throat chakra, we have different chakra sets. So we also have personal boundaries here, guys. And then we also have your pleasure. So again, like I told you in my dream, it spoke to the personal boundaries, creating those boundaries. And that's important, okay? So we have here your assertiveness, your empowerment, and your authenticity. So at the end of the day, what I just want to close this message with is your authenticity. Your authenticity is so important. Do not feel guilty for who you are. Do not feel guilty for what you say, how you feel. All these things are very valid. If you need help on your journey in regards to feeling good about what you've done, you know, like I said, we have the Divine Feminine reading, so definitely look out for that. Those are coming up next week, the double whammy. So we're only doing that next week. So I might do it after this. I don't know, but we're just going to see how it goes. So we are setting aside time, the Divine Feminine. We're setting aside the time right now. So right now, as we set aside the time, you can get that double Divine Feminine message. 2 readers, 2 Divine Feminine High Priestess readers for 30 minutes, giving you messages in multiple ways, channeled messages, as well as readings and all of that. So if you guys want to enjoy that, I look forward to seeing you. Just email us or get, you know, my information's below. So make sure you look at the information below, email us. And like I said, it's only $33. This week. So we're offering it this week for each person. We have a schedule, so just make sure you get on the schedule. We only have a certain amount of slots available, so make sure you get one of those slots as soon as possible. And I think we're good, but I did want to say goodbye to you guys. I thank you guys so much for coming. I love you guys, and you know it's December, guys. So you know I appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Do we have any more messages? You're welcome. Yes, crowns on, ladies. I love it. Yes, Hunty. Yes, Hunty. Yes. Woo. Okay. So I look forward to seeing you guys. I'm about to get out of here. Bye-bye. I love you. And I'll see you guys again soon. I'm going to finish those other readings for the other Divine Feminines this weekend. All right. Bye-bye, guys.